Hello there everyone, the Jedi Brick here. Today I am taking a look at the LEGO Star Wars set 75396 Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit. This set came out on August 1st of 2024, has 558 pieces and retails for $80 here in the United States. I have yet to see this one go on clearance, so you may have to pay full price for this one. It is pretty expensive in terms of what you're getting, but we'll get into the value of the set later on. This one has 6 minifigures, one of them being an exclusive 9 minifigure, which is really cool. This is the 25th anniversary set, as you can see, with that really nice, like this chrome blue box art, which I love the box, like the color that they did for this. I think it looks amazing. Um, yeah, we have the Sarlacc pit right here, which is a lot bigger than previous Sarlacc pits we've gotten in LEGO, which I think is really cool. We have the Skiff right there. We have Boba Fett, obviously Tatooine, Return of the Jedi. Flipping this around, you can see pretty much the same exact thing, just from a different angle. You can see Boba Fett getting eaten by the Sarlacc, Lando falling in. You have Luke right there, Han, Chewie, and some of the play features, the drawbridge, not the drawbridge, the plank, and how you can move the Sarlacc's arms, which I think is really cool. But that pretty much does it for the box, so let's take a look at those minifigures. So we'll start off with the minifigure I just kind of feel pretty neutral about. This is Chewbacca. There's literally nothing new here that we haven't seen the past, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 years of LEGO Star Wars. This is the same mold, same printing they've been using for Chewbacca for as long as I can remember. The only difference is he's got some handcuffs on, which, again, nothing really new here. This is, just your basic Chewbacca, not a lot going on. So it is a good addition to this set. I'm not complaining about that. I think it was essential for a set like this, but nothing really new to report on. Next, we'll talk about Han Solo when he does have a new torso print and a new face print for the set. I'll just bring in the old one here for comparison so you guys can see what I'm talking about. In terms of the torso, I much prefer the older one. I don't know what it is, but like the big, like the bold printing and everything on it, it just kind of looks like a knockoff to me on the new one. I just really don't like it. I like all the wrinkles and stuff you get on the older one as well. I think that just puts a little bit more detail into it. Um, the legs and the hair are the exact same. Nothing new with either of those. I do, I will say though, I do prefer the newer face print. You do have like this confident smirk on one side rather than the more scared or concerned face. Flipping that around, they are both pretty similar to like the blinding look, like when he just came out of Carbonite. And this one does have some back printing, which does look nice, but I think overall I prefer the older one. I like the amount of detail they put on the shirt. I just think it looks better. But that's not to say the new one is a bad minifigure. I think it is pretty good. I do like that face print, but I just think the older one has a sort of nostalgia for me. And now we have Luke Skywalker, and again, just for comparison, the one on the right is the latest version of this like torso or this like outfit that he was wearing. This one's from 2013 from the Rancor pit. I believe they are going for the exact same outfit that Luke was wearing, but I think the one on the left is obviously a lot better. You have better printing, you also have that leg printing, but I do not like this hairpiece. I think this new hairpiece for Luke looks so dumb. I absolutely hate it. I don't know what they were thinking with this new hairpiece. I get what they were trying to do, but like they just did not do a good job of it. It looks so shaggy. It looks just nothing like Luke Skywalker from the later movies. I absolutely hate it. I think they should have just kept this same hairpiece in the darker tan and just put that on there. I think this minifigure would have been really good, almost perfect in my opinion. Um, yeah, so I really don't like this new hairpiece. I really wish they would go back to the original one that they were using. I I just think it looks dumb, especially from the sides. Like it looks just so bulky and big, and I I just really don't like it. But anyway, we have the back printing here, which looks really nice. I like the back printing a lot. And underneath for the head, you have this is just the standard Luke Skywalker face we've been getting for a couple of years now. It would have been cool if we got something different, maybe like an angry face or something, kind of like we got with the Rancor Luke, where he has that angry face and then just a different kind of smile. I think that would have been cool to get, just something a little bit different than what we've been getting with Luke's in terms of face prints. This next minifigure is really good as well. We have Lando Calrissian in his like skiff disguise. This minifigure is really cool. I can't remember the last time we got Lando dressed as the skiff driver in Lego. It's probably been since maybe 2012 as well. That's when we got all of the different like Jabba's palace sets. So I think there might have been one in there that he had like this outfit on, but either way, it is really nice. You have this like spear thing. I'll take that off so you can see the rest of the detail. The printing on here is amazing. Like all the details on the torso, it just looks really nice, and I love that leg printing as well. Just a lot of effort went into this one, and I think it really paid off. You have this helmet, which it might be a new mold. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it does look really nice too. You have that cool printing on the front with like they almost look like teeth, like where the mouth is. But if I take that off, you can see this Lando head. This is a new print for Lando. Yeah, I believe this is a new print for Lando. I'm like 99% sure. But you have like this kind of a little bit of a smirk on there almost, and then you have this bigger smile on the other side. I think this is just a really good minifigure all around. I don't have a lot of Landos in my collection either, so it's good to have a different one. And for the one bad guy in the set, we have Boba Fett, and I am pretty disappointed with this minifigure. This is just a reprint of the one that we got with the Boba Fett mech earlier last year. He does have that really nice arm printing though, so that's a bonus. That arm printing is really nice, and I don't want to discredit that. It is really good looking, and I love this minifigure, but in terms of the set, it is missing a few things. This is an inaccurate version of Boba Fett for this scene and this movie. Personally, I don't really care that much. I think they look similar enough where the average person wouldn't really tell the difference. It's just a lighter, like, shade of gray, I suppose, for the legs and the arms. I think that's the only thing that's missing for that. And also, he is missing his shoulder cloth. They didn't include that in the Boba Fett mech, and I just kind of gave them credit, like, just kind of let that pass because maybe it would get caught up in the mech or something. I didn't really put a lot of thought into it, but they had the opportunity with this set to put the cloth in. It wouldn't interfere with anything in the set. They've done it with the past Desert Skiff set. They put the cloth in, and just to not do it this time is upsetting. And I hate to say it, I don't think we're ever going to get that cloth again. Maybe in a UCS set, but we know how they are with waist capes in UCS sets. They don't do them for that either. So I think we might never see a waist or a shoulder cloth for Boba Fett again. If they aren't going to do it in this set, I can't really see them doing it again. This is a playset. This is a perfect set for that. So that's very frustrating to me. Um, but moving on, you do have a really nice head print. You have like the stubble on there, some scarring, just a really intimidating face. You have some cool scars on the back as well. If I take off the head and take off the jetpack, you guys will be able to see his back printing, which again does look really cool. I love the detail on there, especially since it's not going to get seen, but you have like the chipping of the paint and stuff. That looks really cool. Again, the arm printing is very nice. I love the arm printing on this figure. I think it was a great decision to give Boba Fett arm printing, just like make it readily available, unlike the Cloud City Boba Fett. But this is a really cool minifigure. It just is missing a few things. And now on to my favorite minifigure of this set, and maybe my favorite minifigure of 2024. Here we have Nai Nub. This is the very first time we've gotten this minifigure in Lego. This is the very first time we've gotten this head mold in Lego, and I hope it won't be the only time we get this head print in Lego. I think it looks really cool. But this is the 25th anniversary exclusive minifigure, and he looks amazing. I love the printing on him, on the torso and the legs, and of obviously the head print or the head mold, I should say. Like I said, that's brand new, and just the detail on this minifigure is great. It's not too much that like really takes away from everything else. It doesn't look too overly detailed, but they did a great job with it. I think this torso would be perfect for a Rebel Friend Trooper, something that a lot of people want in Lego as a kind of like a Lego Star Wars complete saga deep cut type thing. I think that would be kind of cool to make a custom out of it. The eyes look amazing as well. Just the whole face looks so cool. And I actually might buy a few of these heads separately just like to get a bit more Celestins in like my box and stuff, just for a bit more diversity. And he just looks so good. I love the leg printing with the holster and the belt. I think that looks really good. Showing you guys the back again. Very cool, very Han Solo vest inspired in my opinion. He just kind of has that vibe to him. But anyways, he does come with the stand, nothing special there. I do wish they would have printed the names on them like they did with the 20th anniversary ones. I think that's kind of the biggest thing they missed out on with these minifigures. But yeah, that's the 25th anniversary minifigure. Alright, so here we have the builds of the set, and I think I'm just going to start off with the Desert Skiff just to get the big Sarlacc pit out of the way. This is the Desert Skiff, and we have seen a few changes since the last one in 2016, 2015, I believe. That's when the last one came out. I think this one is a lot better. They definitely changed some things, different building techniques, and I think it's overall just better than the last one. Starting here at the back, we have this little control section and some studs right there to place a minifigure. So just place Lando back there like he was on the back of the box. You can lift his arms to control the speeder right there, which I think is really cool. You have these really nice slopes and stuff building off to the sides just for a bit more detail. You have what I think are like maybe engines or like shields or something right there on the back, which I think again really cool looking. Not really a fan of like the square thing right here. It just looks too sharp. I think it would have looked nicer if they had like a kind of like, I don't know, like a half, like a slope type thing or something. I don't know. Just something to make it look more rounded like the rest of the back. I think that would have looked a lot better. But anyways, we have the like the engine stabilizer things on the sides here. You have Sensei Wu's hat here in a dark tan, which I think is really cool. You can also adjust these so if you want them to like go backwards or go forwards depending on like the direction or something, you can do that. You can also move them up and down so you have a bit more playability with that, which I think is really cool and important for a playset like this. You do have these bars on the tops here which can kind of fall off if you're not too careful. If you push down right here, you could over time just see those kind of get loose and fall off. But here is the skiff from the other side. You do have this bracket thing right here, and that is to keep the plank from falling out of the other side. You have this little stud right here. You push that forward, and over there the plank comes out, so you can push that forward. Slides out from underneath, kind of like the previous ones we've gotten, and I think that is really cool. So you can fit a minifigure on there. I'll just use the older Luke Skywalker there, so you can see that. And maybe if like he doesn't want to walk off, you can start to slowly move the plank forward. So then he doesn't really have much of a choice, and it starts closing in on itself, and then he falls off. Another play feature you have here, this one is brand new to the Desert Skiffs, is the like the side, the railing kind of like falls forward. So you can have Lando like standing right here. Oh no! And then you have to get Han and Chewie to help him up with by like holding the stick thing. So again, another cool play feature that is also accurate to what happens in the movie, in the scene that it's representing, and I think that's really cool. You have like this little bench kind of divider area. In the previous one, that was a lot bigger. You could actually fit stuff in there. It's a lot smaller on this one. I don't really have a problem with it. It does look pretty nice as it is. And on the front, there's not a lot to say about it, not a lot of standing room either, which is kind of something I wish they would change. Maybe just have like this little area studded out so you could have like Boba Fett standing there or something like leading the ship or something. Just a little bit more standing room because it is hard to put all the minifigures in here at once. Um, but anyways, here at the front, you can see you have this really cool railing piece here, like the softer plastic that can bend. So that's really cool. You have these bigger slope pieces there to get the overall shape of it. You have this part right here that's leading to a point. And of course, you have some translucent pieces on the bottom to make it look like it's floating. And for the final build of the set, we have the Sarlacc pit. And until getting this like in my hands and building it, I think with this it might justify the price. It is pretty big. Just to put another minifigure like to scale with the height, it's pretty big. Like it's as the pit itself, not counting the Sarlacc, is about as tall as the average minifigure. So I think that is really cool. And this is the first time we've seen a Sarlacc pit this size, and also like it's built into the ground like an actual pit, which again I think that is super cool. Just gives you a bit more detail and like a bit more world building, I guess. Um, that being said, the build itself, there isn't a lot going on. Of course, it's a giant tan blob, and that may appeal to some people. To me, it's okay. It does look nice, but it's just a bunch of tan bricks stacked on top of each other with some slopes facing inward just for that bit of detail. I will say though the inside does look really cool. You have some of these teeth and stuff on the outside, a bit of this like burnt orange. I'm not really sure what that color is supposed to be, but you have the mouth itself that is in that dark tan color. You can open that pretty wide, so you can definitely fit a lot of stuff in there. You have the tentacle arm things, which I'll show those more in depth in a minute. And then around that, you just kind of have just black bricks to kind of represent more depth, I suppose. So that does look really cool. I like the build and like the teeth and stuff on the sides. I think those look really cool. Again, just a bunch of tan slopes on the sides, nothing really to write home about there. But on the back, you get this disgusting, like horrible non camera friendly angle here with just the black and the gray, some red right there. These Technic pieces right here control the Sarlacc's arms, so you can just move those knobs and you can move the hands and stuff. So I think that is really cool. I think that's important for a playset like this, having that ability to move the tentacles and stuff around. It just looks ugly right there. Like you have this really nice, like smooth area, and then it just cuts off. Um, yeah, that's like my one complaint with the set, I suppose. Um, I don't really know how they could have avoided that without making it more expensive. It's already pretty overpriced for some people, so I think kind of cutting that off was a better financial choice. But anyways, I'll show you guys more of the Sarlacc. Of course, you can fit a minifigure in there. Let's put Boba Fett in there. So it can close its mouth with the minifigure in there. Just the rangefinder kind of sticks out a little bit, but you can close that. You can move them around in there. You also have the tentacles, so actually you can kind of make it look like it's grabbing Lando, kind of like he did in the scene. You can attach his leg through there. So again, just another option for play. You can have it like grabbing Luke or Lando. You can swing him around a little bit, just have fun with it. So this definitely does have a lot of different opportunities for play. So again, here is everything that you get in the set, and keep in mind this is $80 here in the United States. And back in about like 2016 or something, this right here would have cost about 30. The Desert Skiff that came out that year, I believe that was $30. It came with Han, Chewbacca, um, a like a guard or something, a Weequay, and Boba Fett. I mentioned that set so much because that was one of my first Star Wars sets, like that really got me into the theme. But anyways, that's why I keep bringing that one up. And putting that in perspective, I don't really think the set is that overpriced or that big of a price point for this. You are getting a lot of pieces right here in the Sarlacc. It is built up pretty tall. Like I said, it's about the height of your average minifigure, and then you're also getting the skiff. So I do think, in terms of price, this is justified. Maybe like $10 cheaper is a lot better. Of course, any Lego set on sale is better than paying full price. But putting all this together, I do see where that price comes from. I don't think it's that big of an ask. With that in mind, I think this set is also perfect for those who have the new Jabba's sail barge. I think maybe even getting a couple of these, just or maybe just buying the Skiff separately. I think this is a perfect like mashup for that set. I wish I had that one to show you guys side by side, but I cannot afford that set, nor do I have the space for it. But I do think having that one, like if you have the money to buy that one and you already own it, maybe wait for this one to go on sale or just buy this one. I think on display, like on a shelf together, those two would look amazing together. Like you have the Sarlacc pit like right there. You have Jabba's like sail barge right there, like he's watching them. I think that would be really cool, and I would love to see someone do that. I don't think I've seen anyone put those two side by side, but I think if you have that one, I would really recommend getting this one too. But overall, I'm gonna give this set an 8 out of 10. It's just missing some things with like the minifigures, and again, the price is a little intimidating for some people. I don't think it's that overpriced, like a lot of people are saying. But yeah, I think this is a really good Lego Star Wars set. It might be one of my favorites from last year, too. Definitely in my top 10. But those are just my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys think about this set in the comments down below. Do you have it? Are you waiting for it to go on sale? What do you think of the minifigures? Yeah, that's going to do it for today's review. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.